So today's episode going to get stuck into repairing the roof of the 1-tonner, and there's a couple little surprises of dodgy repairs that I found. So continue watching to see what they are. So yeah, this is Shenke Garage and hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at the roof section and doing a few repairs. So the roof does look pretty good, but when you do look a bit closer, you can see that there's a few little cracks in this section. So you can see one crack here and one crack here. So that tells me that there's probably going to be a lot of bog in this section. And if it's anything like the rest of the car with some dodgy repairs being done previous, especially the plenum section, then it's going to probably be a dog's breakfast underneath here as well. So I'm hoping it's not, but we will have to see once I wire wheel all this section back. So there's also a little crack here, so that's probably where the antenna used to come out. So I'll have to, probably weld a patch in there. Looks like it's possibly just been bogged up, but yeah, I'll have to wire wheel that back as well. And then on the other side here, looks pretty good, except there is like a slight little bubble. If you can see that, like little bubble here. So I'm gonna have to, wire wheel all this section back as well, just to inspect and see what it's like underneath. So I think it is a common area to sort of rust on this, around this roof section. So just want to check it and make sure that there's, it's been repaired properly. And if not, then I'll make sure it is repaired properly this time. So as you can see, the cow section has arrived. So pretty hard to track one down. They must be a high demand item at the moment. So Rare Spares had none, and there was like a couple of month wait time for one of them, and Resto Country had none, and they were the same. So managed to track one down from Aveska Spares. So they had one. So that was that was delivered pretty quickly. So pretty happy I was able to track one down there. So I've just got that sitting on, and I'll weld that in at a later date. So I'd probably do that at one of the last jobs once I get all the wiring and everything done, just because if you take this off, it gives you pretty good access to the back of this panel here and stuff. So I think I'll leave that off for now, not welded on for now, and we can always do that later. So the first thing I'll do is I'll start removing this carpet and also the roof lining. So once I remove the roof lining, it might give me a better indication on what's on the other side of the roof here. And then also when it comes to welding, then I'm not gonna, basically light fire to the roof lining from all the sparks and stuff. So I probably will replace this roof lining when it comes to it. Put in all new roof lining and whole new interior, carpet, everything. So yeah, I'll start pulling that apart. So that carpet and the hood lining is all removed. So the roof looks pretty good. You can just see that, that's definitely been bogged, that little hole there. So I'll weld a patch in there. And then there is a little bit of rust. So you can see a little bit of rust here, some rust around this section here, like around the window here. So I'll pull this window. So I've started just pulling it. So it's actually pretty easy. You've got these little beads or inner beads, or I'm not sure what they're called, but they just go around here. So you just pull that out, and then once you pull that out, and you can just sort of push on the inside, and it just pretty much just comes out. So I'll pull that window out, and that's going to make it a lot easier to do any rust repairs around this window section. Okay, so the window's just pulled out, so all around here actually looks pretty good. Like all the metal's all pretty good. There is some areas, if you can see in there, there's some little holes and rust that'll need repairing. But all in all, like it's all not too bad really. So can't really see up in there from on the inside, so yeah, I'll start wire wheeling this back. Okay, so I've just been wire wheeling for about 2 minutes, and as you can see, it is a dog's breakfast, just like I thought. Actually, it's probably a lot worse than what I was expecting. That's just ridiculous how much bog is in there. So whoever done that should be bloody ashamed, I reckon. That's just, yeah, whoever approved that to get repaired that way, that's, yeah, just ridiculous. So anyway, I'll, yeah, continue on wire wheeling and see how bad it is all the way along here. So it's probably going to be like it all the way along. Okay, so I've just wire wheeled all that back, and as you can see, it's actually not too bad all along here. So all that's pretty good. The only section is from here backwards. So it's a little bit hard to sort of see. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what joins up where. I'm not sure if this gutter is actually a part of this section here. I think there might be like 3 layers there possibly. But anyway, I might have to sort of cut this little bit section out here. I might have to, so there's a bit of lead wipe in here. I'll have to heat that up and use a wire brush to kind of get the lead from out of this section here. And then I can just sort of cut this section back a little bit and just have a bit of a better look and try and figure out exactly how all that sort of goes together. Okay, so I've just wiped this lead out of just this section here. So it does look all pretty good from here backwards. So what I will do is I'll just cut out from here along there, sort of where I marked it out like that. And then I'll sort of have a bit of an assessment once I cut that little bit out. Okay, so that's cut out, so you can see this section here is all rusted away. So I think there's probably about 3 or 4 layers in there. It's a little bit sort of hard to tell just because it's so rusted. So what I reckon I will do is cut this piece out, weld a piece in there. There looks like there's like a little section here that might continue on, and then I think that holds the gutter on, so that joins up to the gutter. So I'll weld that piece on, and then I'll build up the weld to join the gutter to that piece, and then final piece will just be this outer piece. So I'll do it in 3 sections, and hopefully that turns out. I don't know if it's factory or not, but that's sort of, yeah, that's sort of what I come up with, and I guess it's going to be better than, you know, what was there with all the bog. And okay, so I've just made up this first little patch, so that'll weld basically this piece to there, and then that'll join up to here. Okay, so I've just welded that in. It's pretty hard to get in there and weld that piece up in there, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this gutter off from here, and I might be able to re-weld the gutter back on there once I pick off this inner piece, and then I can weld the gutter in, add some more material to the gutter, and then I can make this piece afterwards. It's just going to be too hard to try and weld in there and join it all up. It's, yeah, it's just not enough access there. So yeah, I'll cut it off here. It's pretty much all rusted all the way through here anyway, so there's not much really holding this in. So I'll cut it off here, and then I'll cut, so there's a little bit of rust in here as well, so I'll cut this back as well, and then along here. So I've just cut that gutter section out and cleaned it back a bit, so you can kind of see in here now it's a lot more clearer. But there's this piece here that is welded to here, and then that comes around and is folded, and then that turns into this outside gutter section, and then this roof follows this around and then slips into this gutter section and then is spot welded. So looking at that gutter section, it's actually quite intricate. Like there's a few little sort of bends and folds to make that piece. So I don't think it's something I'm going to be able to make up. So I'm going to have to see if I could possibly track down the gutter section to weld in there. So yeah, this is probably going to be on hold for a little bit until I figure out what I'm going to do here. So I've just cleaned up the other side as well. So as you can see, yeah, it's another pretty dodgy repair job. At least they've sort of welded some pieces in there. So I guess yeah, that's better than just using all bog, but it's still pretty dodgy repair there. So all this is going to have to be cut out. So there was about 1/2 inch thick of bog all the way along here. So yeah, that'll be another repair job on this side too. And then also I've just wire wheeled back this, and yeah, that'll need a little patch, which won't be too bad. But yeah, they've still used, I can tell they've used a lot of bog over this whole roof section. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to take all this back to bare metal. Okay, so I've just got this rim back from being repaired. So I think in the first episode of the 1 tonner build, you can probably see that there was some damage to the left-hand side rim. Basically, yeah, smashed a curb, you know, thinking I was some sort of drift king, and smashed into a curb and damaged this half of this rim all the way around here. So I sent it to a place called Fix a Rim, and they come and picked it up and took it to their depot, and then yeah, basically repaired it. So I think they just sort of grinded back the lip and then polished it all up. So you can kind of feel where they've sort of grinded it back, but yeah, you can't really tell that it's been repaired. So yeah, pretty happy with how that's turned out, and I won't need to buy a new rim now. Okay, so I've just welded this piece in, and I might have stuffed up here. I've actually warped the roof kind of pretty bad actually. I didn't think I put a lot of heat in there, but yeah, obviously it doesn't take much, and it's just sort of warped that. So I've tried to hammer it with sort of a hammer and dolly and use a plank of wood on the inside, but I don't know whether I've just made it worse or not. But yeah, so don't know what I'm going to do here to try and fix that. So if anyone's got any ideas or tips on, you know, how to repair a warped roof, then yeah, leave a comment in the comment section. Okay, so I've just been using this dolly. So I've just been putting it underneath the roof and just going around and tapping around here, yeah, with the dolly underneath, and that's sort of improved it. I've actually taken a fair bit of that warpage out. It's not obviously perfect yet, but I think if I keep working it, I should hopefully be able to get most of that warpage out of there. There's probably, yeah, there's no getting around that. I'll probably have to use body filler over the top again, but yeah, at least I can see an improvement there. So yeah, if I just keep working it, should be able to get it a lot better. Okay, so after having a bit of a think about what I'm going to do here, I've decided that I'm probably going to cut this whole section out and get rid of the gutter sections and smooth it all out. I just think it's going to be a hell of a lot easier to make up something that's just basically 45 degree, and then it can come out and then up, and then I can basically make a piece that welds from here back down to there and just make it all nice and smooth, rather than try and replicate these intricate little folds here. It's just going to be too hard to do that. So yeah, I think it's going to look better, and also it's just going to be a hell of a lot easier to make up the them pieces. So What I'm going to do is I'm going to order a sheet metal bender. So that's probably going to take, you know, a few days to a week or something to get here. Just one of them hand sheet metal benders just off eBay. So I'll order one of them, and then I can, you know, make up this piece that's going to weld to here. So yeah, that's probably going to be sort of the end of these jobs for now. Probably going to need to strip back this roof and try and, yeah, just continue working that roof to try and get that warpage out. And then, yeah, obviously got this other side to do as well, to smooth that out as well. So I was going to try and get these roof repairs all done in the one video, but unfortunately it's going to come to a halt now that I have to order this sheet metal folder to finish this off. So I'll do it in, yeah, two-part video. So yeah, the next video will be part 2, and I'll probably finish off, yeah, repairing this roof, and then doing the other side as well. Okay, so that's it for part 1 of this 2-part episode. So apologies that I could not finish this off in the one episode, but I will be waiting on some bits and pieces to continue finishing off the roof repairs. So hit that like and subscribe button below, and hit that bell notification to give you alerts on when a new video comes out. Also, if you are new to the channel, I'll put a card up here to check out the playlist of the HX1 tonner build. So it starts, it's all in order, so very first episode all the way to the latest episode. So have a binge on that. So yeah, we'll leave it with that, and we'll see you next time on Shenke Garage. Cheers, guys.